Yo, what's up viewers, it's your boy Blaze Hollow coming at you again with another What If. This time I'll be bringing you What If Deku Was the Monkey King Part 4. But before we get into all that, I want to bring up a few things that I've been getting comments about so I can set the record straight. First, I want to explain that the Payday Gang series is not mine, it belongs to my friend Blue Flame, so as much as I would like for him to come back and finish the series, he's busy with life in college, so I would appreciate you stop asking me. Trust me, if I had things my way, I would have all the blessed heroes back here making videos, but I understand that life sometimes gets in the way. Second, I know that you are probably upset because you are thinking that this should be the hour-long special for the Hormone series. Trust me, I know that it will be coming out next, I promise you, either next week or the week after. And you all should be saying thank you to Ed. Because of him, he's the main reason why I keep on trying to focus on this hour-long special to make sure it's good, so make sure to check him out on his channel. Link will be down below. Also know, after this part in the next video, I'll be starting up a new series which will be known as What If Deku Ate the Gum Fruit. Also, to my fellow One Piece fans out there in my community, I know that the real name of the fruit, but I'd rather just call it by its actual name that the people know it for. So with all that said, let's finally start that intro and get into it.
Maybe in a million miles on a highway through the skies. Someday soon we'll be together.
No, I honestly don't think you can become a hero.
2 weeks have passed and no one was surprised when Izuku made it in the Class 1A, along with Momo being assigned to Class 1A. As the both of them arrive at the classroom, Momo grabs onto Izuku's shoulder. Please try to be friendly. I know you already are thinking of something. You have a mischievous look on your face ever since you came to pick me up from my house this morning. Izuku looked at Momo with a smile of authority. Well, it all just depends if I feel like they're all worthy of being my classmates. You and I both know to share the same title of classmate means that in a way we are equal, and if I do not approve of them, I will not let them share such a title with me. Momo placed both of her hands on her face, realizing that today is going to be a very troublesome day, and there is nothing I can say or do to get you not to do this, is there? Izuku placed a hand on Momo's shoulder to calm her nerves. No, there really isn't. I plan for the best, not the standard. Izuku put his hand on the door, only allowing a little bit of his muscle to twitch as he sends the door flying across the room, as everybody that was in there was shocked and wondering what was going on. Izuku then walked into the classroom, judging everybody's reaction as he looked at them, not very impressed. Only for a boy with blue hair and engines in his legs come running up displeased with the action, moving his arm like he was doing karate chops that a cheap toy would do. How dare you destroy school property? It's only the first day and you've already caused such a ruckus. Do you have no shame? Izuku had an annoyed look, continuing to look around the classroom, already knowing that a couple of people should not be here. Are you done talking? You should understand who you're talking to and where your place is in life. Blue hair boy decided to calm himself down and straighten out his uniform, thinking that he might have came off on the wrong foot. Listen, let me start over. My name is Tenya Ida and I just wanted to address why you would break down our classroom door. Izuku didn't really care what Ida had to say as he was sensing out the power in the room. I did it to judge other people's reaction. I've already decided that some of you will not be joining Class 1A, but I still need to check out the other classroom. Izuku left the room to go find Class 1B. Momo just sat down in the room with her hands on her face, knowing how bad things are going to end up. As the other members started to walk up to her, wondering what was going on, when a pink-skinned girl tapped Momo on the shoulder. Hi there, I'm Mina Ashido, and I don't know if you are with him, but you seem to understand what's going on. Would you care to explain to all of us? Momo took a deep breath, knowing that the people around her were either going to scream or cause an entire scene. Izuku is going to go to each hero classroom and decide who he thinks is going to be truly his classmates in Class 1A. I'm guessing that the faculty is already in on this, or they're going to start setting something up quickly before Izuku goes off. Ina's eyes nearly bulged out of her head as she was about to scream her lungs out. Can he even do that? Why would UA give him such authority? He's the same age as all of us. Bakugo decided to let his presence be known as he let off a few explosions to get everybody's attention. He's always been like this. It's always the same. Izuku is just a pain in everybody's neck. He has so much power that nobody can question him. I think that the rules would be different applying to UA, but I guess it shouldn't be surprised. A small little little midget boy with purple balls for hair was jumping to get everybody's attention. But what exactly is he gonna make us do? Is he gonna pick which ones he's going to enjoy during the day, or is there going to be some kind of test? One of the boys with red hair and a built body decided to slam both of his fists together. Well, if you gotta think about it, the guy's gotta appreciate strength, so he probably wants those with strong abilities. He's truly manly. Momo put her hand up into the air, getting all of them to silence themselves, knowing that she's going to have to explain to everybody once more. From how much I know that he likes to have fun, he is going to have the class test against each other. Whoever passes, in his own opinion, will get to be here. So either means you're going to be moved down to class 1B or moved up. Since he does appreciate strength, you better hope that you have some kind of enhancement or very well skilled in hand-to-hand. But he does like people who have tricks up their sleeves to make battles more interesting, so fall under one of these categories and you most likely will get to keep your seat. While all of Class 1A was having a mental breakdown, Class 1B and 1C were being told about the situation by Izuku. As they were being sent out to the track field, even though Vlad King wanted to argue with Izuku, he just threw him out the window like a rag doll. As Izuku made his way to the support course, he stepped through the door to see Power Loader was there to greet him. It's great to see you, Izuku. I have to thank you for all the work that you did during the 2 weeks. I have that special item that you requested to me already ready for you. Izuku smiled as he just looked around the room, and it's because of that and how interesting all the devices that usually come out of this room. I will not be trialing your students, so best hope for all of them to stay here. Power Loader wiped his brow, breathing easily, knowing that his students will not have to die today. And please, give me a second, I'll go grab the device that I made for you. Power Loader walked over to his desk. While his back was turned, a girl with pink hair rushed over to Izuku, trying to take his measurements. Izuku turned his head as he looked at her, but she didn't seem to notice as she continued to take his measurements while typing something on a watch that was connected to her wrist. As it gave her information on Izuku, she started to walk away without saying anything, only for Izuku to grab the top of her head and lift her off the ground, still noticing that she was walking, not realizing her situation. You know, it's proper for you to give your name and proper respect to someone of higher authority in front of you. You decide to look at me like I'm some kind of mannequin or display case. The pink-haired girl realized her situation and snapped out of her gadget, making thoughts. Oh, hi there, I'm Mei Hatsume. I'm a support course student in training. Would you like to test one of my babies? Izuku raised an eyebrow, wondering how she could be so carefree with her head right in his grip. Are you trying to send a child to fight me? It truly is sad to see how people value one another. Hatsume was trying to wiggle out of his grip so she can get back to her workbench to show off some of her support items. My babies are the best out there. Here, if you just let me out of your grip, I'll show you that my support items are the best. Power Loader turned around, realizing what he saw was going on. He realized that his problem child was starting something with a literal god and ran over to the both of them. Izuku, I'm very sorry. She's a little bit exotic. She's really good at making support items. She probably just wanted to see if you wanted to test one of her items out. But she doesn't put other people's thoughts or mannerisms into her own thought process of doing things, so if she did anything to upset you, please accept my apology and let the girl go, please. Izuku looked at Power Loader, then back to the girl as he let go of her head as she fell down to the ground on her knees. Very well, you should feel honored to have such a great teacher that is willing to speak up for you when you clearly have done something wrong. Natsume didn't seem to care. She ran over to her workbench and started to work on something. So, did you want to try out one of my babies? Izuku was annoyed on how she was ignoring the situation as he reached into his ear, ending his staff and ready to slam her head with it. You truly do not understand who you are speaking to. Someone needs to teach you some manners and respect. Power Loader knew that this had a chance of happening as he jumped in between the both of them, knowing that he might get the full wrath of the Monkey King placed upon him as he held out his hands wide, ready to protect his student. Please, Izuku, I beg you to understand. She doesn't see things the way that we do. If anything, you should see that her overwhelming determination to try out one of her support items means that she values your opinion overall. Even if it means risking her life to get your opinion like that, it should be a great honor. Izuku held his staff as he clicked it on the ground a few times while he was thinking. I do see that you have a point. Sometimes those with ambition can block out things that could help them or cause them to be blind and annoying to those around them. He then shrunk down his staff as he looked at Power Loader. Very well, I'll let it slide this time. I'll take the item that I requested and leave. leave. Our loader was happy that the situation was diffused, but he felt like he lost 5 years off his life risking it all for his student as he held up a box with a staff in it that had a grid-like pattern on it. I present to you the electric staff that you requested. It can extend a little bit further in reach. It does not grow, and if you click the button that is going to be in the palm where you naturally hold it, both ends can actually electrocute somebody. It has a dial, which means you can decide how much high voltage you're going to actually be sending through somebody's body or system depending on what you're trying to destroy. Izuku took the box and held it underneath his arm. Good work. I'll be coming by again if I have any other requests. I'll make sure that your other students mind their manners for the next time I come. After a few minutes, Class 1A, Class 1B, and Class 1C were standing out on the track field in their gym clothes, wondering what was going on as they could see two of the teachers seeming to be standing on the sideline while Black King was uneasy, as he looked like he was ready to evacuate all the students to avoid the catastrophe that the Monkey King could be cooking up. Molly Razorhead was sipping on one of his nutrient powders, placing a hand on Black King, telling him not to do anything stupid, as they all started to hear a clicking sound that seemed to be stone going up against stone as a heavy malice started to fill the air as everybody was looking towards the swinging door revealing Izuku, while wearing his armor with a strange mechanical staff that seemed to have an electric grid going all over as he walked right in front of everybody, making sure to keep all their attention on him. Hello there everybody, I'm sure that you're all confused wondering what is going on. Well, I'm here to simply let you all know that I'm going to be choosing my classmates that are going to be joining me in Class 1A today. All of the students that were standing in front of him were yelling out in surprise and shock, especially those who are already in Class 1A wondering if they were about to lose their seat. Of course, there had to be one idiot who would decide to run up to Izuku and basically try to stop the nonsense, which was Ida, who was swinging his arms like a karate chop motion. Izuku, stop this nonsense. This is not the behavior of a hero. You've interrupted class and if you made all of your fellow classmates uncomfortable and given off this false claim that you could decide who gets to be in what class, and you clearly do not have such authority. Izuku pulled out his regular staff and whacked Ida in the chest, sending him flying into the UA building, leaving a body imprint. First of all, watch your mouth. You are speaking to a god, and second, my authority is my own word, so do not question it. I do not answer to anyone. If I say people are in Class 1A, then they are. I'm pretty sure that most of the UA staff would not question my word. Momo quickly ran over to Izuku and grabbed onto his arm. Please do not do this. I know that you're upset by what he just said to you, but it's not worth it. Everybody else is not arguing with you. You've already made an example of him, so just stop, please, for me. Izuku took a deep breath as he shrunk down his regular staff and then just put it back in his ear. As his electric staff was being clicked on the ground, he then turned to face everybody else. Let him be an example. If you go out of line or speak bad to me again, my staff will go right through you. So whenever I point to you or step in front of you, you will then step forward yourself. You will give your name, your quirk, and your intentions. Afterwards, I will determine how I will test you. All of the students there on the track field were concerned, wondering what they were going to be put through. Izuku looked through all of them for a second until his staff pointed at one with a blonde hair that was a part of the Class 1B group. The boy put a smirk on his face, trying to get as much confidence as he could as he was literally standing in front of a god. My name is Monoma. My intentions are to prove that I am one of the best, even if it means I have to stand up to a god. My quirk allows me to copy other people's quirks that I touch. Izuku raised an eyebrow in intrigue as he was just twirling around his electric staff, trying to get a little bit more intimidation on Monoma. Interesting. I will give you the opportunity to either touch 5 people within your student crowd, or you can try to touch me and see if you can use my godlike power. Monoma thinks about it for a little bit. Either he should try to use the powerhouse quirk right in front of him from Izuku, or he can try to go for some variety. Since he doesn't really know anybody in his class, he'd rather just go for power since it's the only thing that's guaranteed. I choose your ability, Izuku, mainly because I don't know any of my classmates here. Since I have to pick 5, I'd rather have something that's guaranteed instead of having variety of something I don't even understand. Izuku smiles as he points his new electric staff at Monoma. You pass. Go sit down at the picnic area that Momo's setting up. Monoma was confused, making this out to be some kind of test, only for him to look past Izuku to see a big picnic basket and a blanket with Momo sitting right on it. Wait, are you serious? I thought that we were going to fight, or was there going to be some kind of other test? Izuku just laughed in amusement at what Monoma just said. I've already given you your test. You see, I've given you the option between using my own power, which you have already seen in action, against choosing 5 abilities of your classmates, which you would have no idea how to work. You chose the absolute suggestion, which would give you the best opportunity, which is smart in my opinion. The fact that you thought about it for a minute shows that you are not one to jump the gun, which I approve of, so why don't you go sit down with Momo before I change my mind? Monoma didn't hesitate as he ran over to the picnic area. Sitting down, he just started sweating like bullets, realizing that he could have possibly died, or he was going to be wishing to be dead. While he was lost in thought, Momo handed him a sandwich to help calm down his mind. As we cut back over to what Izuku was doing, he was going up and down the line, seeing which one he wanted to test next, when he stops in front of a girl with pink skin looking her up and down. I think I'm going to test you next, miss. You know how you're supposed to introduce yourself. A pink skinned girl was actually shaking, wondering if she was going to fail her test. Will she be sent flying into one of the nearby walls, just like Ida? My name is Mina Ashida. My quirk allows me to create acid. Technically, I have a little bit of a mutation because of my family, so that's why I look the way that I do. My intentions are to become a great hero to put smiles on people's faces, but I also do enjoy gossip in my free time. Izuku scratched his chin for a second as he then walked around her, looking her up and down. Go ahead and join Momo and that other guy at the picnic area now. Mina goes from straight up terrified to being completely confused. It's not that I'm ungrateful, but why are you passing me when I haven't done anything yet? Izuku gave her a smirk while he was looking over her body. It's because you're cute, plus your bubbly personality will be able to help keep the others calm and in line when they're starting to freak out. Mina started to blush but was also a little bit offended by that statement. So you're basically saying I'm getting into class 1A because I'm cute? Izuku tilted his head a little bit as he looked at Mina dead in the eyes with a serious look. Oh yes, I'm not doubting that you have potential, but mainly yes because you're cute. Mina takes a few minutes to recover from the shock of that blunt answer and just decides to go over to the picnic area. Izuku looks up and down the line again as he stops at a girl with brown hair and pink small dimples on her cheek. He looks at her and sees that there's a cute energetic aura coming off of her, but what really caught his eyes was her nice ass. I'm going to give you a chance now, beautiful, so tell me about yourself. Brown haired girl blushed brightly like a tomato, being complimented so much, especially when she noticed that Izuku was looking right at her ass. My name is Ochako Uraraka, and the reason why I want to become a hero, do I actually have to tell you that? Izuku raised an eyebrow, being intrigued by why she wouldn't want to tell him why she wants to be a hero. It might affect your chances of getting into the best class in UA, plus I want to let everybody know whoever gets in the class 1A is going to be trained by me, which means by the time you end up leaving school you'll be practically invincible. Chako started to scratch the back of her head furiously, thinking that she might not become a hero because she doesn't really have the best intentions. Well, I want to become a hero for the money. A lot of them started to look at her with disgust, some of them even started to boo, and a couple of them felt bad for her, knowing that there was no way like someone Izuku is going to let her pass for that reason. Only for Izuku to stomp his foot on the ground to make the entire place shake like an earthquake was happening, making everybody shut up. Ochako was shaking in her shoes, ready to cry, knowing that she might have just upset a god. Izuku walked past Ochako, looking at everybody else who was still waiting their turn with rage. Where do any of you get the right to judge her intentions? I have half a mind to strike you down until you're nothing but dust, but I need all of you alive so I don't have to deal with the legal system, so shut up until I tell you to speak. He then looked back at Ochako, who had tears running down her cheek. Tell me, why do you need the money? Ochako was trying to calm herself as her heart was flickering, knowing that she had to say this properly the first time because she might not get a second chance. I want the money to be able to help my family. We have a dying business. As much as I want to help my parents, they rather me live my own life. And I truly do want to help people, but sometimes you need to help yourself before you can help others. She then got down on her hands and knees in front of Izuku like she was praying to him. Oh please, I beg you, give me a chance and I promise I won't make you regret it. Izuku was very pleased with her speech and seeing how she knows how to worship an actual god, but what really touched his heart was the fact that the money wasn't even for her, it was for her family. Your story has touched my heart and I can tell how much emotion was behind it. This cannot be a lie, so please go join your other classmates. Ochako was so much in shock that she finally let all the tears that she was holding back fall as she bowed her face down into the dirt in thanks. Thank you so much. I promise that I'll become one of the best so you'll never regret this decision. Ochako then ran over to the picnic area, which Momo quickly helped her clean up her face and gave her a sandwich and a small cold soda to help calm her down. Izuku was about to pick the next person, only for someone with red hair and strong muscles that looked similar to stone stepped up in front of him. My name is Enjiro Kirishima. I may not be the bravest, but I always have the heart, and I'm going to show you what it means to be a real man with my strength. My quirk is known as hardening. It allows allows me to make my body as hard as stone. I do not have many special qualities, but I will show you that I have true strength. Izuku turned to look at Kirishima, only for another boy to step forward with steel-like skin that seemed to be ready to fight alongside Kirishima. My name is Tetsu, and my quirk is known as steel. It allows me to make my body as hard as steel. I also don't have many skills, but if the both of us work together, we could be a great demolition crew because we are real men. Izuku was actually impressed seeing that the both of them had very similar abilities, but not only that they were standing up to him after everything they seen him do today. As he was thinking about that, he wanted to see if they were actually going to strike him or if it was all just a bluff. Alrighty then, show me what you got. Give me your best punch from the both of you. Tetsu and Kirishima hesitate for a second, but then swallow back their fears. They cock back their fist to charge at Izuku. One punches him right in the chest while the other one goes for the back to punch Izuku in the spine. They were both expecting Izuku to either dodge out of the way or to let out some kind of scream of pain, but they were both surprised when they see that he's laughing, and even worse, his body didn't even budge from the punch that was dead on. As Izuku disappears out of sight for a few seconds, only for them to feel a touch on the back of the head as they were both then slammed together as both boys fell down to the ground as their heads were spinning, only to look up to see Izuku. Izuku was really happy to see that there were people still brave enough to want to fight him even if they were not strong enough at the time. Both of you have shown me a warrior spirit. You really are real men, so go join your classmates at the picnic area. I look forward to sparring with the both of you in the future. But that's where I'm going to end it off this time, guys, but don't click off that video yet. I still have a few things I want to say. First off, I want to say thank you to my buddy Dubstep. I forgot to put him in the earlier intro, so I'm going to put him in here now. He makes all of my amazing thumbnails, so there will be a link down to his channel below. Again, I know that I didn't get through the entire class roster in this part. I will be finishing it in the next one and probably get into the heroes versus villains, so don't worry. It just depends on how the script goes, but I just wanted to let all that stuff be known, so I hope you all understand, and see you in the next part. Blaze Hollow out.